come to the comments from the community section. And I note that the desire to appear before the board all those shall complete an application with the board clerk prior to the start of the meeting and shall indicate the topic for which they wish to speak. Time allotted for each citizen or group will be limited to 5 minutes. Delegations of more than 5 persons will appoint one person to present their views before the board. Let me also note that the board may stop any speaker who makes complaints or charges of personal attacks against any specific trustee or employee and require that speaker to resume his or her comments only in closed session as permitted under the personal exception of the Texas Open Meetings Act. We appreciate your concerns. If the matter you raise are not included on the board agenda, state law, specifically the Texas Open Meetings Act, prohibits the board from discussing, commenting on, or taking action on these issues at this board meeting. However, a member of the administration will follow up with you. Thank you. Students, no students who are signed up. We do have an employee, David Michael Smith. If you would please, 5 minutes.
Good afternoon. By now, all of you on the board have seen my response to the email sent by Larry Durrance to the faculty last Friday. Dr. Durrance, I don't know why you sent an email to faculty filled with so many false statements, so many distortions, so many personal attacks. Maybe it's the faculty's discussion of a no-confidence vote, or reports on 7 nursing students filing a discrimination lawsuit. Maybe it's news about a local chamber of commerce rebuffing your request for support. Maybe it's an update on upcoming litigation, news about that other scandal. I don't know what unnerved you so badly, but the email was ill-advised. On Saturday, I responded to your email with a copy to the entire faculty, and I focused in the email on my response to the issues. What I'd like to do today is address in public the personal attacks and that nasty email. Dr. Durrance, I think you should be ashamed of yourself for sending out an email to faculty which expresses support only for, quote, most of you. Yeah, you really said that. I think you should be ashamed of yourself for saying that the leaders of the faculty opposition, quote, do not represent the best of the institution. I don't care much what you think about me. I don't care much what you say about me. But the Faculty Senate President, Dr. Paul Boyd, Dr. Tracy Orr, Professor of A&P, and other colleagues, they do indeed represent the best of our college, and you are hearing from a majority of the faculty and staff. I think it's wrong for Dr. Durrance to suggest that faculty who oppose recent board actions somehow don't support the college's mission, vision, and values, or somehow aren't interested in student success. You really should be more cautious about making such wild and irrational statements. Ditto for your claims that discussing recent board actions with people or with students and asking for their support is unethical. That too is a wild and irrational claim. Let me openly, publicly ask the board and you in no uncertain terms, please stop trying to threaten our faculty and our staff. Everyone has the legal right to their own views, and any adverse action against a professor for talking to students about these issues or anything else, that'd be retaliation, it'd be actionable under federal and state law. Don't take my word for it. Talk to your counsel. Professors have the right to criticize policy, the board, Dr. Durrance, individual administrators, whatever, whomever, and we can talk about those students with our colleagues, and our students is protected by the First Amendment and academic freedom. So I think you should really stop all that kind of talk. Now, I'm not going to dignify most of the personal attacks on me with a detailed response. I don't think they deserve that. But I do want to comment, I've got to comment on at least one of the things that was said. Some of you may have seen that part of the email from Dr. Durrance, where, for those of you who haven't heard this, there's a part of Dr. Durrance's email where he criticizes an unnamed professor here at the college for, quote, being videotaped tackling an unsuspecting Tea Party protester from behind at a political rally. What was the problem with that, Dr. Durrance writes? Thousands of Republicans and Tea Party visitors to the site read he's a calm professor. Dr. Durrance, did you actually investigate that incident, or did you just believe what you were told? Did you check out the videotape? There's videotape. As it turns out, I'm the professor who tackled a counter-protester. This occurred at the March 2011 Day of Outrage at City Hall in Houston, a protest, a peaceful and legal protest held by labor unions, Democrats, community organizations, immigrant groups, and others. At the rally, a small group of Tea Party and Republican counter-protesters appeared on the scene. Most remained outside the rally site. They dared not approach our much larger numbers. No problem. However, one counter-protester shouting racist comments, anti-immigrant comments, actually waded into the rally, made a beeline for the speaker's podium, and tried to attack the speaker. It's on videotape. I don't care if he's a Republican. I don't care if he's a Tea Party
That's 4
supporter.
minutes. Go ahead.
He was a racist. He tried to attack the worker who was speaking. So I basically came out of the crowd, grabbed the guy, put him on the ground. Police came up, detained him, took him out. No problem for me. My point is simply this. I didn't do anything wrong. You should check out the facts before you make those claims. Am I out of time?
Go right at it.
So just to wrap up, let me say this to the board members, because you're all going to be here after Dr. Durrance is gone. Despite all the politics, I don't look at any of you as my enemy. Frankly, life is short and precious. We ought to try to work together to fix things. On the other hand, because of the actions of the board and recent presidents, that's why we've got so much mistreatment, mismanagement, misconduct. That's why I get 16 lawsuits and a whole bunch more on the way. I think we need to back away from where we are. You've heard me say before, you need to change direction.
Time.
Thank you.
Dr. Paul Boyd.
I'd like to file a grievance because Chairman Holmes just called me a name. Chuck. I'm actually here as a friend of COM and therefore a friend of the board. You may not believe that, but it's my sincere intention to prove that to you over the course of the next 2 years in every way possible. I need your help. We need your help. Faculty needs your help. Staff needs your help. The state legislature has just downgraded our health care, and after breaking my foot and being told I couldn't see my new doctor for 10 days and I couldn't change doctors without a waiting period, I discovered what being in a bargain basement HMO is like. We're getting constant news that we have to do more with less, and yet we'll lose purchasing powers and basic benefits like health care. Most of us are in this profession because we absolutely love teaching students. We love imparting knowledge and we love seeking knowledge, not for the salaries. The trade-off was that we had good benefits, and once we proved our mettle to our senior college colleagues and to you, was given a set of data that included a section on employee perceptions. This area only contained a statement that a new instrument was to be selected, and upon further questioning, it was revealed there was no plan to collect any information because we know everybody's unhappy. This was said in presence of our leader, who did not disagree. Statistics, even from the last study, the last Noah Levitz that was undertaken, were completely absent, and they're not going to be in your report. You won't even see them. So if everybody, it's human nature, you want to tell your boss good news, and the person holding that meeting wanted to do exactly that. It's human nature. Everybody wants to tell only the good news. So you're not getting the full story. Also, I should mention I did a little bit of research. It didn't take